A number of things are changing for millions of Social Security SSI and SSDI recipients. Starting with, it's no surprise what President Trump and the GOP are doing to Social Security. At the same time, Senator Kennedy has something to say about Social Security.
That's not fair. You're not getting the full story. You're not getting reliable information. That would be like asking a nun for advice about. So let me tell you the other half of the story.
That's not fair. You're not getting the full picture. You're not getting reliable information. That would be like asking a nun for advice about something she has no involvement in. So let me explain the other half of the story. As we all know, Senator Kennedy often uses very colorful and direct language when addressing Americans. And in this case, he made a point that was a little PG in nature. So, before I show you the full clip, consider this your warning. I'll be playing the entire video, so stay with us until the very end. At the same time, we'll cover 3 things that can reduce your Social Security benefits now, how you can avoid them, and what steps you should take to protect yourself. The Social Security Administration is preparing changes that could affect your SSI and SSDI payments, but if you take certain actions, you can protect your income. And before we go further, I'll also share some key updates and strategies to help you keep more money in your pocket when it comes to Social Security and disability payments. Stay tuned until the end. But before we begin, all I ask is a quick favor. Just take 2 seconds to hit the like button. So without delay, let's dive into this important discussion. Social Security benefits serve as the financial backbone for millions of American retirees, with the average monthly benefit sitting at just under $2,000 currently. Yes, $2,000 is now the amount. You heard that correctly. In 2025, the average payment finally passed $2,000. But here's the reality. About 5 million Social Security recipients still receive checks that fall below the poverty line. That's shameful. In a nation that sends billions overseas for aid, our own seniors and disabled citizens are struggling to survive. For many households, these payments are the bulk of their income, meaning every single dollar matters for food, housing, and medication. But keep in mind, not everyone receives $2,000. If you're one of the few who do, consider yourself fortunate. Millions of others are far below that. If you're watching this and don't get $2,000, write in the comments, "I don't receive $2,000 and I need an increase in Social Security." And don't forget, at the end of this video, I'll share an important opportunity that could put more money into the hands of seniors and disabled Americans. So make sure you stay with us. Now let's look at this. Here's what Senator Kennedy said about Social Security, SSI, SSDI, and Medicare that caught everyone's attention.
Talked about this last week a little bit. Of the 10.5 million people that CBO says we're throwing off of Medicaid, they weren't eligible for Medicaid in the first place. Yeah, CBO says we're throwing 10.5 million people off of Medicaid. They weren't eligible for Medicaid in the first place.
He explained that according to the CBO, of the 10.5 million people expected to be removed from Medicaid, they weren't eligible in the first place. For example, the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services revealed that 2.8 million people were double-dipping, meaning signed up in 2 states at once or using both Medicaid and Obamacare. That's against the rules. This type of duplication costs taxpayers $14 billion annually, or $140 billion over 10 years. Kennedy argued that if coverage was more complete under Medicare or Medicaid, people wouldn't feel forced to lean toward Obamacare. But no one brings up these details, and that's the problem. Conversations about Social Security and healthcare often lack the full story. Meanwhile, analysts and experts say relief must be given to millions of seniors facing today's inflation. Which brings us back to those 3 things that can reduce your Social Security benefits now. First, working while receiving benefits can trigger the earnings test. For every $2 earned above the limit, $1 is deducted from your benefits. This impacts millions of seniors who have no choice but to keep working to afford medicine, rent, or utilities. Second, Medicare premiums reduce your Social Security check. Even when you receive a COLA increase, like 2.5%, the Part B premium can cancel out that raise. For many seniors, COLA feels like a joke because the increase never reaches their pockets. Third, federal income taxes can eat away at retirement benefits. While President Trump moved to eliminate taxes on Social Security, not everyone benefits because many recipients don't pay taxes at all. So it's important to understand who qualifies and who doesn't. If you have questions, drop them in the comments. I'll answer every one. And here's a major opportunity. After extensive research, I created a guide that explains how you can maximize your SSI and SSDI benefits. This resource includes tips, strategies, and methods to help you legally increase your payments. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next update very soon.